Fun fact, when this video goes live, it's my birthday, so to me. I'm not wearing this the whole time, it's just for the bit.
Rainbow Ink!
Hey guys, and welcome back to Rainbow Ink. It is another Percy Jackson video, and we're technically finally getting out of the realm of just Disney or Disney-owned properties. Well, not yet, because, you know, Disney buying everything. Anyways, today we are sorting the characters from the Steven Universe franchise. I've been waiting to do this. Steven Universe! So we're pulling from the original show, the spin-off, Steven Universe Future, and we're also pulling from the movie as well. I know there's another spin-off, Lars of the Stars, or something like that following, well, Lars. Fun fact, we're not sorting him today. Sorry about it. We have 29 characters to get through, and not all of them are going to get infinitive answers. So, I'm not going to go through the cards like I normally do. They're on screen so you guys can see them and stuff like that. Originally, I wasn't going to include fusions, and then, yeah, Garnet's a main character who's a fusion. So, originally only Garnet was going to be on this list, was going to be the only fusion on this list. But I found more that I like, and that I really want to sort and talk about. So that's how we got to 29. Anyone who doesn't know how this works is I'm sorting these characters into the Camp Half-Blood cabins. This is similar to how people sort characters into the Hogwarts houses, but instead of Hogwarts, it's Camp Half-Blood. Instead of Harry Potter, it's Percy Jackson and all that stuff. Usually we go off like attributes, what they do in like in the movie or show that they're from, like personality, power-wise, what they stand for, that sort of thing is what we go off of. I'm probably going to mispronounce some of these names, so apologies in advance. And also, not every character from Steven Universe is on this list. So for any of those characters that I did miss, like Lars, because I already said he's not getting sorted, tell me in the comments below where you guys think they would go, what cabin would they go in. And also, same way with any characters that I do sort today. If you think they should have gone someplace else, tell me in the comments below. Anyways, I think I've been stalling enough. So yeah, let's jump right in. Starting with our mainstake and our hero protagonist of everything. So here we go. Steven Universe himself. Oh goodness gracious. So of course, like I just stated, Steven is the main hero, the protagonist, the main character of the whole dang thing. And of course, he's gonna have a character arc literally expanded from the original show to the movie to Steven Universe Future, the spin-off show. So it's hard to pinpoint which part of his life that we want to go with, because Steven is a good, kind-hearted, like childish kid, because of course he really didn't go to school or to the doctor or do normal kid things because he was on the missions with the gems and he was living and pretty much raised by the gems for part of his life, and his dad raised him to the age to where he gets to live with the gems and stuff. And with that, like, he's very caring and loving. He loves his, I'm just gonna say, gem family. He loves the gems. It's his family. He loves his dad. It's his family. He loves everybody. Everyone's his family, pretty much. And then I think of Steven Universe Future, where he pretty much got aggroed and also very depressed. Especially, like I said, with his life and not like growing up normal or anything like that. So I can think of like 3 different places to put him is my problem. And this is going to get messy very quickly. So let me show you the 3 places that I'm thinking of. Even though I'm only holding up 2 cards, 2 of the places I'm thinking of are in the other cabin's card, 13 through 20 card, on the Last Olympian beginning of Lost Hero books. So firstly, Cabin 2, Hera. Hera is the goddess of family and marriage, even though she is a royal bee, and is horrible in the myths and everything like that. But once again, she is the goddess of marriage, goddess of family. Steven very much loves and cares about his family, the gems, his dad, pretty much everyone. Everyone's his family, like I just stated earlier, to where he doesn't want something to happen to them and stuff like that. And then the other cabin's card, I'm holding up actually 2, so just pretend it's 2. That being Cabin 13, Hades, because of like how he acted in the end of literally Steven Universe Future, like how he was going. Like he was having like depression, and depression is a Hades thing, a cop out and everything else. And then finally, Cabin 18 Hebe, because in the beginning he was like very childish, because literally, no offense, he was a kid, like childlike wonder, all that jazz. So it's like the periodically of it all, where it starts with Hebe, then Hera, then probably Hades, and then maybe like back to Hera or something else entirely. Steven's gonna have the most character development because of course he's the main character, the namesake of the show, hero, blah 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 blah. So it's hard to pinpoint down on which point of his life of the show you want to go with. So yeah, maybe one of these three options, maybe more. You guys tell me in the comments below what you guys think. Just personally right now for the moment, I can't give him like a definitive answer. Like I said it earlier, not all these characters are going to get a definitive answer. So there's that. Alright, our next character, I should say, next group of characters, because we're doing it in a group, because reasons. There's 4 different characters. We have Pearl, Connie, Fluorite, hopefully I said that right, and then finally Pee-wee Fryman. So we have 2 humans, 2 gems, technically one's a fusion, but that's besides the point. So all in all, the reason why these characters are in here are for very similar reasons. They are very smart, I guess driven would also be a good word too for it, Athena kids are driven as well. Driven characters. Like Pearl is smart, and is like very like war tacticness, and Connie's the same way when she trains her, but Connie's also really smart. Fluorite is very wise because of like all the different gems they possess, but they're very like wise, soft-spoken version. So yes, it is different from Connie and Pearl in that way, but still like very smart, very wise. And then Pee-wee Fryman, he is very smart. He like is very business oriented, and I'm sure there's kids that like own a business and like are very business oriented and smart in that way. So all in all, I no offense, think they should go in Cabin 6 Athena. I've been name dropping Athena this whole time, so kind of spoiled it, my bad. But like I just stated, Athena is the goddess of battle strategy, wisdom, and pretty much smarts. All the smart kids come from Athena's cabin, and smart war, not dumb war of it all. So there's that. Okay, so for our next characters, it's another group. It's only 2. One of them is a fusion. I name dropped her, Garnet, and the other is Yellow Pearl. And I'm thinking of 2 different gods, but for the similar reasons. So I know we know more about Garnet than the Yellow Pearl, but just listen. Both of them are smart, and both of them like can stand in line and also, especially with Garnet, fight. So I'm just gonna show up what I have. This is a disaster already in the making. Cabins 5 or 6, Athena and Ares. Like either way, it's both war aspects of it all. They're both smart. Yes, I mean Garnet very much fights and can fight dirty if she wants to be. Literally, my brain was like thinking for Garnet, like this is Ruby, this is Sapphire. We'll get to them here in a minute. Don't worry. But with Yellow Pearl, she's like tries to act more like a commander, like bossy, but she's still very smart. So that's why I'm thinking with these 2, one of these 2 could work with it. So yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna apologize now. That was really horrible. Explanation for both. So yeah. Okay, next up is another big group like we did with the Athena kids. Just this time it's not Athena. So for our next character, Ruby, our Ruby that makes one half of Garnet, Jasper, Yellow Diamond, Aquamarine, and Sigilite. Hopefully I said that right. So down to most of these ones, they're fighters, they're generals, they're hotheads, they're willing to get their hands dirty, per se, and fight. So I think for these characters, Cabin 5, Ares, I think that's our biggest group. I think that blew Athena out of the water. So yeah, Cabin 5, Ares. Because of like, either like fighting, getting their hands dirty, hot tempers, ruthlessness, commanding, literally that sort of thing. The dirty side of war. That side of war is Ares. So okay, here comes another group. So we have Sapphire, our Sapphire, the next. Garnet, Sardonyx, I said that right. Jamie, and I'm not gonna say this right. Parchalacha? So anyways, all these ones are either they can see into the future or they have an aspect of like the arts, like theater, like Sardonyx and Jamie, for example. Jamie wants to be an actor, and Sardonyx like has this like performance background of her, and like Sapphire see into the future. Sardonyx from Lars' crew can see the past, what just happened a couple seconds ago, and comment on it, and that's still falls under that umbrella of seeing like future past, that sort of thing. So all these characters, even though they have different reasonings, different personalities, stuff like that, they can all fall under one cabin, one god who is a god of a lot of different things, that being Cabin 7 Apollo. Think about it. Apollo is the god of prophecy, which Sapphire and 15 both have their own versions of seeing the future. Sapphire and Sardonyx. Like I said earlier, in Lars' crew, see what's past, and like that sort of thing, that seeing aspect of it all. And then like Jamie and Sardonyx having that theater background, the arts. Apollo's the god of the arts as well. Also, archery and healing. Weird that didn't come up as much. So yeah, Cabin 7 Apollo for all of them. Okay, so for this next character, it's a single character, which is fine. It's Amethyst, and funny enough, that's my birthstone. So, Amethyst is another character where, yes, she's in the main cast, but has gone through quite a bit of character arc from the original show, the movie, and the spin-off show. So, like with Steven, it's kind of hard to pinpoint versus Garnet and Pearl, like we did earlier, where they're mainly constant while she's ever evolving, like Steven. So I have two places where I would like to put her. One being Hebe, because like she can be very childish, and especially like at the beginning and partly through the show, like she tries and like lightens the mood and stuff like that, which also leads into Hermes, because like she can be very like jokester and like stuff like that. I'm thinking now of a third place because of just remembering how crazy she was, that being Dionysus, which could work as well, like if we're doing another part of her story of development of that could happen. So yeah, that could work. It's just gonna be a mess, like with Steven. So I did not plan this to happen this way, where it's 11-12 and then the other cabin's card just went up. So, like I said, 11 because of like all the jokiness and pranksters and stuff. She can be like trying to lighten the mood, be the funny guy of the group. 12 because she is crazy. She can be full of madness, and like you don't know kind of in the beginning what she's gonna do next, and like just be crazy. It bounces off of Hermes of that, and then Cabin Teen Hebe because of like her childish nature, because she is the youngest of the gems, not counting Steven in that regard in a way, and like she can be very childish and stuff like that. So yeah, no offense, I think Amethyst is the second most character who's gotten character growth behind Steven. But anyways, this is a mess. I apologize. This is a mess. So yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below where you think Amethyst should go. If it's one of these three places that I'm holding up, or somewhere else entirely. I would love to hear it in the comments below, because this is just a mess, me holding up 3, and 3 is my max, so there's that. So next up is Peridot, and I have a coin flip between this one, because similar to like past sortings, like when it comes to characters where they're smart but they're also very handy and like an inventor and stuff like that, it's a coin flip between these two cabins, which is Athena and Hephaestus. But anyways, Peridot is a very smart, in the beginning, partly cunning, and also like very like handy with tools gem, especially when she gets like used to Earth and being around Steven and the other gems and wanting to help save it and calling Yellow Diamond a Claude. Like I said, very smart, very handy, like she like helped build the drill to get to the cluster and stuff like that. And I don't know, because like I stated before, this always happens like with smart characters who also build things to where they can fall in one of these two cabins, that being Cabin 6 Athena or Cabin 9 Hephaestus. It really happens a lot on this channel, and these characters, like they're very handy and smart and like stuff like that. So there's that. Either way could work out. when I was piling this list together, a thing immediately came to my mind, and then I remembered, oh yeah, Hephaestus, because she is very handy, very, like, electronical. And okay, next up is Lapras Lazuli. Hopefully I said that right. Or Lapras. So, I do have two places I want to put her. One of them is kind of personality-wise, and one is, like, the element she can control, which is water. I think the water one, you guys can already see where I'm going with it. So I don't know which I want to do. If I want to give the infinitive answer or the water answer. The personality answer I was thinking of is, like, I remember, like, originally how she was when we first met her, which she was very full of depression and sadness because she was trapped in a damn mirror for a very long time. And just wanting to say damn it to all. And just wanting to be left alone in her little bubble. And I know, like, depression is a Hades thing, so originally I was thinking Hades. And that's a no offensive fun, out of the box one, but, like, as stuff goes on, like, she gets used to Earth more and enjoys it, and then she really, no offense, doesn't give really anything except, like, yeah, I'm here. And I'm so sorry for that, and that's the best way I can describe it. And this is why I'm going off back and forth in my head. Do I want to go, like, when we first met her, like, the depression personality thing? Or the she can control water sort of thing? Like, she is very powerful. So, for the moment, you guys can yell at me in the comments below. So it's either Cabin 13 Hades, because of the depression when we first meet her, and, like, or all that thing, or Cabin 3 Poseidon, because, like, her power is moving water, and I know, like, that's other Lapras's Lazuli things too, because we meet two more down the line. But, anyways, I think either or could work. You guys tell me in the comments below what you guys think. If it is that, or just go with the water thing. I don't know. Okay, I was wrong. There is another group. There's two characters in this group, Bismuth and Lion. The reason why these two are grouped together are for slightly different things, but also partly the same. It's a thing. Anyways, Bismuth is the forger of the group. She's the one that builds all the weapons and stuff. And yes, I know she goes haywire and wants to destroy and the war to keep going and stuff like that. But we're gonna overlook that. But, like, she makes all the weapons. She does this. She does that. And she is very loyal and very caring to the Gems, her found family. And then for Lion, granted he's just a big house cat, but he's loyal to Steven, and I'm sure he was loyal to Rose, because Rose was the one who saved his life. That's how he's pink. So, okay, this is one of the weirdest combinations of sortings for this, so I'm sorry in advance if this was a poorly explanation for this. But one is it's a builder, is a forger, and loyalty is also a Hephaestus thing. So Cabin 9, Hephaestus to both of them. It's not the weirdest thing I've sorted into Hephaestus' cabin, but this might be the weirdest pairing to sort together. So next up, the one who started the war, started this whole thing, also created Steven, Rose Quartz. I also know she's Pink Diamond. I'm just gonna go with Rose Quartz for the moment. I'm not sorting Pink Diamond. They're the same character. I just decided I'm just gonna sort Rose Quartz instead of Pink Diamond. So that's a character that's not getting sorted. So Pink Diamond not getting sorted. Tell me in the comments where you think she should go. Anyways, the thing that sticks out to me the most is she cared about her family, or her found family, like with Pearl, Garnet, later with Amethyst. She literally was a leader of a war, and literally she started it saying, like, her eyes shattered. Pink Diamond, even though she is Pink Diamond. She cared about the world, and she cared about Earth, and didn't want it to, like, get destroyed and stuff like that. Granted, she did bubble Bismuth, but that's besides the point. And she did care about Steven to the point where she literally gave up her own life so her son can live his and be fair. Even though she had a lot of secrets, a lot of everything, she very much still cared about her family, Steven included, and everything else. So, the only place I could think to put her was Cabin 2, Hera. I know that's a strange place to put her, but once again, Hera is the goddess of marriage and family, and it would make sense since I did hold this card for Steven earlier, for him to have those aptitudes from his mother. So, there's that. Okay, next up, and I swear I didn't mean to do this on purpose, it just happened, Greg Universe. So, I have two places where I want to put him right off the bat. One being Hera, the other being Apollo. Hera because, like, with Rose, with Steven, he very much cares about his royal family. Well, Steven, he cares about the gems as well, because that's his quote-unquote in-laws. But he cares about them as well. And yeah, and then for Apollo, he's a musician, or he was once a musician. That's how him and Rose met, and like he still plays music and all this other jazz. So I think either or could work for this predicament. So either Cabin 7, Apollo for the musicality and musicianship and all that stuff, and then Cabin 2 for Hera because like family, caring about Steven, stuff like that. So next up is Blue Diamond. And oh boy, I already know where I want to put her just because she is the emotional diamond of the 4 diamonds, besides Pink, but we're not sorting Pink, of them all. And she is a very, I want to say sad, because she is very sad for most of it and has like deep sadness and depression, especially since their fellow diamond Pink had been shattered to her knowledge. And yeah, so the only place I can really put her is Cabin 13, Hades, because of that, like that depression and sadness and stuff. I know that's a cop-out and I'm so sorry. That's really the only place I can think to put her in. So there's that. Okay, again, another thing that I really didn't mean to do together back to back, but I did, which is White Diamond versus Steven's parents, and now 2 diamonds. Technically, the 3rd diamond we already did before, and then the 4th Pink we're not sorting. So anyways, White Diamond. From what we know of White Diamond and what we've seen from the movies, she's the worst. She's a control freak. Everything has to be her way or the highway, but she is smart and cunning and does care about her family to a point. So, the 2 places I would like to put her are Cabin 2, Hera, and Cabin 6, Athena. Like, she's a control freak, but she's, like, the leader of everything. And then, like, she does care about her fellow diamonds to a point. So she starts controlling them, like puppets. So, yeah. Either way, it could work. I feel horrible because these last couple ones have been, like, terrible explanations, and I'm sorry for that. So anyways, here's a character that I wanted to talk about, and I know exactly where I want him to go already. It's Onion, the little crazy, full of madness child. And where do you think he's immediately going? Yeah, Cabin 12, Dionysus. Onion's just crazy. He's madness. Yeah, he's a kid, but he's just like this crazy madness child. Potentially Athena could work too because he is smart, but like he's crazy, and I'm sure Dionysus would claim him and then like oh gods, why did I claim this child? And when he's just being weird, being madness. The craziness of Dionysus is definitely in that kid. Next up is Splendel, with, no offense, one of the best songs in the movie, just in my opinion. And just from that movie and what we see of her in Steven Universe, I have 3 places I want to put her. No offense, just in that movie alone. She got character development. It's such a cop-out, but I'm so sorry. So 3 places I was thinking to put her were Hermes, because of, like, originally she was supposed to be, like, a jokey plaything for Pink Diamond, and, like, happy-go-lucky, jokey, pranky thing. And then, like, what rides off of that is Dionysus, because she could be a little crazy, a little kooky, a little unpredictable, both with and without her memories and stuff like that. And then finally, Nemesis, being left alone for so many years and wanting her revenge, wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, and not just be shut away. It's so freaking sad. Rhea and Hermes and Dionysus kind of like piggybacks off each other, but Nemesis, like, that's her for the movie when she has her memories, per se. So, I'm gonna do this, and I did it again, where it's like with this all over again. 11, 12, and the others card in a row here. So 11, because like her original purpose was like to be the plaything, to be a fun little friend for Pink Diamond. 12, Dionysus, like you're crazy, a little bit full of madness. Like I say with Onion, Dionysus got a madness. And then 16, Nemesis, where she just wants her revenge of being left alone and stuff like that. And like you need a bad guy out of her. Pink. So, yeah, one of these could work, or if you guys think she should have gone someplace else, tell me in the comments below. It's just a mess holding up stuff like this, so apologies in advance. So, okay, now we're getting down to the wire. We only have 2 characters left. Our second to last character is Blue Pearl. Like with Yellow Pearl, we don't see really much of her, but no offense, Blue Pearl has more being there than Yellow Pearl, let's be honest. So I do thinking of two places to put her. Apollo, because she is like she likes drawing and being artistic in that way. And then Hades, because like her depression, but granted it is also her being matched up to Blue Diamond, so that's not fully her fault. But like she speaks very softly and like very sadly and like in a depressed, mannered sort of way. So, I just realized, is Blue Pearl Nico and Will's love child? Or did Hades and Apollo just decide to come together and create Blue Pearl, if that's the case of it, or is it Will and Nico's child? I didn't realize that until I holded it up and like we're saying the names of them. Like, oh, you know who their children are big in the books. Could this be their love child? I'm so sorry, this is now going so off the rails. We're almost done, I promise, guys. Tell me in the comments below if you think she should have gone in one of those two places or someplace else entirely. I think I'm leaning more towards Apollo. I should have probably put her in with the other Apollo sortings, but I didn't, so there's that. And now, finally, we're on our last character, and I already know I'm gonna mispronounce the second part of their name. That being Bluebird. Is that right? Hopefully I said that right. So Bluebird's her full name, and I just decided just to use both. And we're ending on a fusion, which is funny, of Ruby Eyeball and Aquamarine. And I thought of a couple different places to put this character, but I think I found one place where it should belong. That they should belong. So they are cunning and they are smart, which Athena could work, but that's not where I'm thinking. Because their full purpose of the reason why they're fusing together is to get revenge on Steven. Whether it's for Eyeball being left in space, or for Aquamarine, her reputation getting tarnished and messed up because of Steven. And they're coming together to try and defeat their common enemy, that being Steven Universe. They're wanting their revenge, and there is a goddess of revenge, that being Cabin 16, Nemesis. Don't get on that bad side. Granted, they only make Steven go crazy and make him look like a fool. It's part of their plan to begin with, so yeah. And that is all her characters from Steven Universe, the ones at least I picked, all 29 of them that I decided to sort from Steven Universe. That was our last character. We're done, thank goodness. Like I said in the beginning, not every character from Steven Universe, whether it's from the original show, the movie, or Steven Universe Future, and yes, again, I know there is another spin-off coming, Lords of the Stars, in here as well. Maybe in the future I'll do another Steven Universe sorting video for Lords of the Stars. Maybe not. For any of those characters I didn't sort today from Steven Universe, tell me in the comments below where you think they should go. Any of the characters that I did sort today and you think they should have gone someplace else, again, tell me in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if some of the explanations were not great. I had to get through a lot of characters today, and I know that's a horrible excuse, and I apologize for that. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. All that wonderful jazz if you haven't already. Last video, there's subscriber beneath me playlist of all the sorting videos are there. Also in the link description below as well. And as well will be Percy Jackson playlist. And I'll see you guys next time here on Rainbow Link. Bye. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.